Hey, so next project I'm going to be working on is a bedside caddy made out of mahogany. Spoiler alert, I've got it done. It came out beautiful. But I wanted you to see it so you could tell what I was working on the whole time I was working on it and going through all of the excitement of its production. Anyway, I'm going to pan you down and you'll get a chance to look at it. You're going to love it. So it's I picked up some ribbon mahogany and it came out real well. Just noticed a spot. I just waxed it. I just brought it home and waxed it, and there's a spot right there. And I got it. That's great. All right, so it came out real well. I had some salvaged wheels from a piece of furniture that went to the dumpster, and made a drawer for it. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's done. I've got some ribbon and mahogany for the tops and the panels, and it's home. Been thinking about doing this for some time, and now it's here. So wait till you see. It's fun to watch, and we get it to the stage and get it home. Everybody's a winner on this one. Thanks for watching. Hey, I'm Dave. Welcome to the shop. We're going to clean next week. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. So, listen, if you've been following, I was about to, right now, I would have been on the second episode of making a beautiful bowl out of sapelli. But I had a problem with my lathe. And I really, I'm sure you've heard this before. I need a new lathe. It doesn't actually have to be new, it just has to be different from that one, because it's just one problem after another, and none of it's worth anything. That's the beauty of this, is no matter what I do, it's not going to be worth anything. If I gold plated it, it would only be worth what you netted after you scraped the gold plating off it. Honest to God. Anyway, so that's in the shitter. It's off to the machine shop. They're going to make a ridiculous move on it, and it's going to stop making the crashing noise that it was making, and maybe I'll go back to making that beautiful sapelli bowl. At least I hope so at this point. Anyway, so I'm immediately shifted to what's going to be my next project, which is a side table for my bed. The problem with it is I don't know if you have a partner, but the partner has piles of stuff that they need right there all the time. Problem is you can't have that thing there with all the stuff on it, everything, and be able to make the bed and the rest of that and get in and out of the room. So I'm thinking I'm going to make it like a vendor's cart. I picked up an old set of wheels from an old tea cart, and I'm going to make a bedside caddy. And if things get tight, we can sell bananas downtown off it. But in the meantime, I picked out some wood. Let me show you what I've got. I've got some African mahogany, which I'm not sure is either African or mahogany, but we're not going to do that. This isn't that kind of place. This is a no judgment zone. I don't know if you caught on to that, but that's a fact. Anyway, so I picked out some of this, and I'm going to join it up. I've got this one joined up, and it's going to look like that. It's going to be beautiful. Nice ribbon. Two pieces. This will be the platform at the top, and there's another platform near the bottom. I'll show you a plan of it right about now. There you go. And now that you've seen that, we hope, through the magic of technology, you'll see the idea of what we're doing. And this is going to be one of the panels and what would be the two trays, the top tray and the bottom tray. This will be the bottom tray, top tray's over there. Anyway, I'm going to join these up. This one I've done, that one I'm going to join, and then got Today's mission is to get these glued into panels, and then if I get to that, I'll be really happy. I might make a quick pass with a sander and see what this looks like. I don't think it's, with the ribbon cut, I'm pretty sure I can't smooth plane it. I don't know that I really want to find out that I can't. I think I'm just not gonna. Anyway, and if I have any time, great amount of time left over, I'll get to dismantling this into its respective parts. I'm going to sand out to the spokes and the felloes of the wheels, and my plan is get a coat of finish on the African mahogany and see what kind of red it is, and pick out a spray can of red, take these things off, and spray the white parts with the new color after I sand this and clean it up a little bit. And then this will be ready to go, and I have pieces. Wait a second and I'll show you. Got some, when I picked this stuff up, I picked up some 8/4 also, and I've planed a couple of pieces of it up into what will be posts for the corners. Once I get that mapped out, of sort of playing this on, I've got a drawing, which you've seen, maybe, but it's you know, it's more of an aspiration. I'm thinking I might want to turn a couple of sections of this on the lathe, which is down at the moment. Hopefully all of this will come together in the right time, and I'll get to turn these things before I actually have to start gluing things into them. But that's my plan. Stick with me. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one, I think. Catch you in a minute. So here we've got two pieces from the same board. They should come out the same color. Be great. But I want to glue them together, make one panel for the upper tray. And it's not very, that's not a very gluable seam, so I need to straighten it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an old trick that an old timer showed me. I'm going to clamp them together like this, and I'm going to run my jointer plane across the top of these things and get the line straight, and in the process, whatever twist I put in it will be the same twist in both pieces, so when I put them together, boom, Bob's your uncle. Anyway, let's see how that works. Now, I know that one of the things you're going to say is, Dave, that's not a joiner plane in your hand. And I'm going to say, yeah, I know that. But it's a piece of wood's only 26 inches long. I don't exactly need to haul up my 3-footer. So this will be fine. So clamp, clamp, clamp. This is my standard technique. I ran this shop that was a variety shop, right? I did this and I did that. Anything to do with the old house or old building. So everything is convertible. So to do this joining, I've got a clamp that way and a clamp this way onto the corner of my bench, and I'm a happy guy. I am going to button my sleeve, because otherwise, you know, it'll be just fabric on the ground. I'm going to catch it right there. All right. I am fortunate in this case that both boards are the same width, because it's the same board, so that makes sense. Now I'm eyeballing for straight this way. Looks like I'm a little humped in the middle. Good time to check. All right, but the trick here, I'm sure you can see it. I'm not paying, you know, extraordinary. I don't have to get a machine out to square this thing up, because if I'm planing at an angle like that, when I put the two pieces together, the angles will be complementary, and the joint will be thin and sharp. So do that. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Moving. Look, you can see it. You saw it the whole time. That is just super Looks great. Tiny touch there. Tiny touch there. This is going to come together just fine. This is cool. Let's throw it back up in here, touch those things up. And I think I'm going to switch planes at this point because I'm really just doing some touch up. I'm going to move you up a little. There you go. There's a little bit here and a little bit there. That's all that was. And that's all that was. All right. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's just great. All right. It's time to get some glue. I think I'm going to use Gorilla Glue on this because it's got a brown tint to it, and this is going to be brownish. And which means I'm going to have to wet the edges, get my clamp set up, and whack this thing together. Cool. Let's go do that. All right. So you know the drill here. I'm sure you've seen it a bunch of times. This is wet the edges that you're going to glue because I think Dave's own theory, right, is it supposedly the moisture accelerates the set of the Gorilla Glue because it's I'm not sure. Some sort of arsenate, I think. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not a chemist. Never even studied one. Married a chemist, but that just wasn't enough, it turns out. Anyway, let's, yeah, I don't know what it is. Anyway, if we accelerate the set, that means that the glue, polyvinyl arsenate or whatever it is, that the glue won't have time to migrate too deeply into the surface and will set up in between the two pieces of wood with a mild amount of bite. That's the dream, right? If the wood sucks up, if the open pores of the wood draw in too much of the glue, you can end up with a starved joint, and there's nothing worse than a starved joint. That's what I believe. Just don't know. But here's the thing I do know, absolutely know, for certain, is I've never had a joint that I wetted ahead of time go bad. It's as simple as that. I've had 2 Gorilla Glue joints go bad. Neither of them did I wet. Makes it pretty simple now, doesn't it? Alright, so here I am. I'm spreading. This is a ridiculously thin layer, but it's on both pieces. And both pieces, you saw me, they planed out there. They fit beautifully. I'm going to put a modest amount of pressure on. I've got 4 clamps, not because I really need that much pressure, but I want the pressure to be even, and I want the opportunity to balance the clamps so that I don't bow this thing, because I really would like it to be flat when I'm done. So there you go. That is evenly spread. Oh my goodness, that's just beautiful. All right, I'm going to take this glove right off. All right, I'm going to put 4 clamps. One close to the end here. Light pressure. One here. Light pressure. Okay, that is the last guy to use these. Didn't clean the snots of glue off. From time to time I complain, but no one listens. Alright, a little more pressure than just light. A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Alright, now down here. You know, I'm going to be proactive this time. Clean the glue off first. Alright. That is super. Glued. All right, move that away. Do it again. More clamps. See you in a minute. So here we are. Getting ready to do it again. All right, clamps. That. So we can do the same thing, 4 clamps, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, slightly offset. Keeps things flat. If I put them all on the one side, the bars will bend, because they do. They'll bend and then all of a sudden pop. It's just no good. Anyway, all right, so these are here. Hold on. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm doing some gluing.
All right. Talking to yourself as usual, I see.
me and my 23 friends.
So putting together this.
I'm moving on to yesterday I had sort of a less than perfect day with the lathe, that project came to an end, at least a hiatus. And I'm moving on to the next thing, because I want to fill the time, right?
Yeah. Yep. Oh shit! I forgot to bring. I was gonna bring some white oak that I got 5 years ago. One of the guys from Bedard gave me a couple of chunks because I want to make a framing mallet.
Sure.
Cooper over at Strawberry Bank gave me a couple of 5 1/8 inch diameter bands. Metal bands, and he told me how I've got to lathe the white oak down, heat the bands in a forge, and then he told me how to pop them on. But I'd never really used a lathe before, so
wow.
I was going to bring the white oak by for you to inspect and advise on.
Well, it's a good starting project because ultimate finish doesn't matter all that much if you're going to, basically all but set it on fire with a red hot.
Exactly.
Iron band.
Yep.
Cool.
And I was originally...
Set your sights low.
What's that?
Set your sights low. Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, is that a trick?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just.
Yeah, I like the Japanese style framing mallets, and they're usually banded.
Why? What is this Japanese thing? Why can't you just be? I mean, because Portuguese just didn't have any woodworking skills, or what?
I started from there because of my interest in the religion and culture of Asia and Southeast Asia. And I first really became aware of different woodworking techniques while we were traveling over in Southeast Asia. Yeah, I mean, I like the Buddhist temples over there. So that got me thinking in that direction. And, it's only been the last 5 years that I've been, trying to learn more about traditional New England houses and more Western methods, That's why I don't really have many Western planes, Most of the ones that I have I bought in the last 4 years, so.
Well, this is balancing with the clamps here, keeping everything, because I just want everything to work out.
Yep. So that's the top.
This is going to be one of the 2 trays in this this rolling nightstand that I'm going to build. Yeah. Sure. Oh, it's just wood joined up so well.
It did. Great.
Yeah, it was super. Just super. And the clamps.
Did you have to touch it up with the plane at all, or you were just
Joined.
able to?
I joined it with a plane. I joined it.
Oh, you did it with the
Yeah. Here's the funny part.
Yeah.
I didn't use a joiner. I used a jack plane.
Okay.
Because the pieces are so
I mean,
short.
They're short, yeah.
I mean, it is really, yeah. Anyway, so now I'm glued, and I'm happy about being glued. That's great.
Already foaming.
Oh yeah, foaming goodness.
Yeah.
But I wet them. I wet the
Yes.
surfaces.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you
a
have to with
strong
that.
adherent to wetting, and here's the rationale. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. I've had 2 Gorilla Glue joints fail on me.
Yeah.
Both times I didn't wet the wood ahead of time.
Yes. And I know
Do the math.
I usually wet it with the Type Bond 3.
I can understand
You
why.
have to wet it with the
I believe so.
Gorilla Glue.
I believe so. So anyway, that's done.
Well, do you
Foaming
want to take a look at a couple pieces of wood I got?
Sure. Let me turn the camera off.